Welcome. My name's Jacob, and today I'm going to be talking about my honest review of the physics major. First things first, I'm a physics major. I wasn't always. Originally, I was a mechanical engineering major, and during my first semester in college, I took the Intro to Engineering class. It's a weed out class, so it's going to be frustrating at times if you're an engineer and you think, this is the end all be all. I wouldn't recommend jumping ship just then when I did. But I had a pretty strong conviction that that's not the thing that I wanted to be doing for the next 4 years. And so I jumped ship and hopped on to physics. Now, at the time, it was more so from some of my childhood heroes, like Neil deGrasse Tyson. And then this is going to sound fanboy, but Elon Musk. Elon Musk has a physics degree, if you didn't know that. Before I say any of this, I'm not knocking engineers, just not my thing. I love to do engineering work. I just don't think that the undergraduate degree in engineering is the best way for me to be doing work like that. I think I can maybe diversify my abilities a little bit by studying physics instead. So I'm going to go through first the benefits of studying physics, and next I'll go through some of the negatives. First thing first, if you don't know what you want to do, this is the major for you. Now, a lot of physics undergrads, they go on to go into the banking industry. That's the one that people don't really know. Software, engineering, mathematics, government. There's just tons of industries you can go into. You can go into research. You can go back to school, go into research. It's just everything under the sun you can do. If it gives you a good foundation, and a lot of people think you're smarter than you are. That's just a weird thing that people think. So in class, you're going to be given problems that like you just wouldn't see in other degrees. Sometimes your problem set might only be 5 problems. I've had problem sets where it's one singular problem, and I have a whole week to do it. It wasn't enough time. Some of these problems are brutal, and you have to use really good analytical skills. I mean, so in your classes, you'll actually have to find the solutions to solve your problems, and I think it's at the end of a spectrum of courses in college, where in your math class you have steps that you take, and you take these steps and you solve the problem. But then physics adds a layer of obscurity to it. It's like a word problem with your math problem, but yet you have to take into account certain rules that the universe obeys. It's really interesting. It's fun stuff, I promise. I hope I'm not selling it short. Third is just a fundamental understanding of the universe. And this sounds preachy and a bit superfluous, but it is cool. I mean, imagine you're on the side of the street and you're looking at a car. And the car alone, it's cool. It goes fast, makes a lot of noise, and it consumes gas, and bam, you're in another place. But if you have no prior knowledge of how a car works, it's not as satisfying to me, I guess, because the best way I can relate it is opening up the hood and seeing the inside of the car. I mean, you see all the parts, you see the engine, you see how it works. And so, I mean, you can, with that knowledge, you can fix the car, you can modify the car, you can do anything. I mean, if you have that kind of power. So now, the negatives. And there are quite a few. So the same benefit of having open pathways to go wherever you want, it also has a negative of there's no straightforward pathway. So you're going to have to rely more on yourself and developing skills on your own that supplement your education. If you get an engineering degree, a business degree, you're kind of set on this is what I'm going to be doing. This is the type of things I'm going to be doing. A physics degree is a bit different, where you have a lot of choice, but it's a lot of onus on yourself to figure out what you want to do. The second thing, back to those analytical skills, they are a pain to learn. And at the beginning, you're going to have a learning curve, and it's going to suck. And so what to expect your first couple years as a physics major. You're going to be taking 3 basic classes, and they'll mostly be taught from a textbook like this. This is like my favorite textbook ever. If you just wanted to self-learn physics, I would recommend this textbook, and it's Physics for Scientists and Engineers. No hate. A Strategic Approach by Randall D. Knight. It's super readable, and it goes through all sorts of classical physics stuff. You got waves, optics, projectile motion, thermodynamics, all simple stuff, a little bit use of calculus, but not much. And the first thing I would recommend for your first year is to keep an open mind when you're learning this stuff, because it's night and day difference from what you've been learning before on how to solve problems, and it can be really frustrating at times. So just keeping that open mind that, like, I'm going to struggle, but I'm changing the way that I think. Because a lot of people, now you might be a genius, you might have grown up with an understanding of the universe and all its properties, but most people come out of high school and it doesn't track like that. So you're fundamentally changing how you think, and there's going to be a learning curve, but that's what makes it great. I mean, if it's not hard, it's not worth doing. I hope to be doing more videos kind of like this. This is kind of my first video in a while, so pardon if it's a bit slow. Thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, I'll be posting soon. And have a nice day.